forget how we usually started these.
We talk about serious stuff and casual.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Ashley.
I'm Anthony.
And this is Casually Serious, where we talk about serious stuff in a casual way. Sometimes.
Yeah. When we feel like it.
And today we are going on the Reddit subreddit. It's called Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, it's a place for people to go through their moral compass and decide how they feel about other people's situations.
Yeah, so we're going to read some of these and we're going to judge them and we're going to decide who the asshole is.
Yeah, that's the gist.
So the first one, am I the asshole for hanging a photo of my family, including my boyfriend, in my apartment? That's the title.
Okay.
My boyfriend, 32 male, recently moved into my, she's a 27-year-old female, apartment. We have been dating for a while, a little more than a year, and decided that it was time to make things serious. I have a daughter who's 6, and it's a girl, who also lives with me and visits with her father every other weekend. I work in a quite demanding job, and my daughter used to either stay with my parents or be at a daycare while I worked. However, with the current state of the world, my boyfriend has been able to keep an eye on her mostly. I'm still in the house, but he's been doing stuff when I'm not able to, like checking what she's doing for school, making her lunch. She's also taken an interest in music, and my boyfriend used to be in the band with his in his teenage years, and he's fascinated by that, and they spend a lot of time together playing the guitar. So they've gotten pretty close, and they are quite fond of each other. As my boyfriend has moved in, we've taken to redecorating a bit and make it our own space. And I put a frame of the three of us, me, my daughter, and my boyfriend, in the living room. It's a sweet photo of a happy day that we're all fond of. There are other photos around the house with my boyfriend, and there's a few of my boyfriend teaching my daughter the guitar. Stuff like that. I don't have any photos of my ex around the apartment, but in my daughter's room, we've hung photos of her and her dad. Okay. My ex and I have a complicated history, but we are now cordial. The other day when my ex came to pick up our daughter for the weekend, he noticed the changes and the pictures. I didn't really notice until later, but he left kind of mad. He then called me around midnight and ranted to me about how disrespectful it is to have my family style photos with him not included in any of them, and how it's going to negatively affect our daughter's relationship with him, and that I'm purposefully trying to alienate our daughter from him. Apparently, our daughter also has started talking about my boyfriend a lot in front of her father, and that rubbed him the wrong way. He wants me to remove the photos or add any photo with the three of us, him, me, and our kid. Both requests which I have refused. Am I the asshole? So before reading any of the comments, I think I know what you think, and I think you can tell what I think.
What does he want at the very end there?
So the ex wants her to remove all photos of her boyfriend, and her daughter. And he wants me to remove all the photos or add photos of him.
Or add photos of him.
I think both requests are insane. I think that's crazy.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. There's not much redeeming.
I mean, for her last question, am I the asshole? No.
No, she's not the asshole.
Not at all.
No. You're not obligated to put up pictures of any specific person in your house, whether they're your daughter's dad or not.
And she did say that she has pictures of him in her daughter's room.
Yeah. So the public space is like, that's everybody's space.
Yeah, and it's not his apartment.
No, like it's that boyfriend's apartment too.
Like, I find it hard to believe that in his apartment he has pictures of her just all over the place.
There's no way.
Right?
Yeah, there's absolutely no chance.
And like, obviously the daughter is going to talk about the new boyfriend because he's a new person in her life.
Yeah, I think the ex-boyfriend has this inferiority complex with the new boyfriend or something.
Well, I don't know. She said that the past with her ex was complicated, so I mean, who knows what happened between them, but I don't know. I mean, it sounds like she's been with this guy for what was it, like a year and a half or something? A little more than a year. So, I mean, it's been a while.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So, I don't know. I don't think she's the asshole. I think what she did was perfectly normal to put up family photos with her family around her and her boyfriend's apartment.
Yeah, I mean, you were a kid of people who broke up.
Mm-hmm.
What were there, like, was there a prolific amount of, oh, well, I guess the difference is that your mom didn't really have boyfriends around or anything.
No, my mom didn't have boyfriends, but I mean, my dad did have other partners, and I mean, there weren't pictures of my mom like just around his place. I wouldn't think there would be, no. But even same in my mom's, there weren't pictures of my dad just all around the house. Like she had pictures of him that she showed us. Yeah, but they weren't like posted in the living room
because she didn't want to look at him every day.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like I said, I find it hard to believe that in his apartment there's pictures of her just like posted around the living room.
Not a chance.
Yeah. So no, you're not the asshole. Okay. The title, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Teenage Daughter to Stay with Her Aunt Because My Older Daughter Didn't Want Her in the House? Okay.
Okay.
My wife and I have 2 daughters, Laura, 20, and Lily, 15. Laura was studying away but came home for the weekend. Lily, excuse me. Lily has just, oh my god. I don't know why I can't read. Lily has just had her first boyfriend breakup, and it's hit her hard. She's been crying in her room the past few days. Unfortunately, Laura has a bit of a wind-up personality and was tormenting her little sister about the breakup, which only upset Lily more.
Yeah, she's 15.
She was saying things like if the boyfriend left her for a prettier girl and saying she didn't blame him, etc. Horrible things. Mm-hmm. We did tell Laura repeatedly to cut it out, but she didn't listen to the point that Lily went to bed in tears. Laura has eye problems. She has been very visually impaired since she was a baby. Her current glasses prescription is a -28, and she can't wear contacts.
-28, is that crazy?
You're -6.
And I'm blind. This 20-year-old is
blind. I didn't even know a -28 existed. We woke up this morning to screaming from Laura's room. Laura had woken up and put her glasses on, but the lenses had been popped out. Lily admitted to doing it, and she threw the lenses out the window. We did try to search for them outside, but they couldn't be found. Laura was crying her eyes out and couldn't see anything at all. She does have a spare pair of glasses, but as she only came for a couple of days, she didn't bring them with her. To be fair, Lily regretted what she did as soon as she saw how upset Laura was, but Laura didn't want Lily near her and begged us to keep her away. My wife's sister lives nearby, and I asked Lily to go and spend the day there because Laura was blinded and looking after her had to be our main concern. I then got a call from my sister-in-law saying, "How dare you throw her out for that spoiled bully? It's not about spoiling anyone." Laura was blinded and terrified and was too scared to be in the same house as Lily. It was right to ask her to leave until we could get Laura back to her place where her spare glasses were. I do get that it was harsh to just tell Lily to leave, but what else could we have done when our other child was unable to see and crying in fear? Am I the asshole?
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, because from the title, it sounded like they kicked her out of the house, but they didn't. They sent her to her aunt's for one day so that they could help the other daughter get her sight back. I don't think they're the asshole.
Okay. I fully disagree because the whole reason that this is an issue with the glasses thing is because they screwed up in their handling of the situation. When the 20-year-old was bullying the 15-year-old, there were no repercussions.
Well, they told her to stop.
They told her to stop. That's a little weak.
Well, they didn't go into detail. Who knows what they told her, really? So, who knows?
the 15-year-old is acting. It reminds me of like hockey. Okay, I know. Why are you making a hockey analogy? When the referees don't call some like obvious penalties, like someone stabbing someone with a stick or something like that, the players will get their own revenge. So the parents of the referees, they're not doing anything. The 15-year-old feels like, where the heck is the justice for what has happened to me? I have to do it myself. And so that was the thing that she could think of. And she did it.
I mean, I get that. Like, kids and siblings will always like bicker and do shit to each other, but in this scenario, I think the kids were more of the assholes than the parents. Like, what the parents did, I don't think makes them the asshole. I think, I mean, maybe there were better things they could have done, but one child was blind. She could not see. And she was panicking.
Put the other kid in their room to like banish. Where's the aunt live? How, like, is that just down the street? Like, how bad?
She lives nearby.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but that's the 15-year-old is feeling like the person got punished for fighting back against a bully.
I don't know. I mean, to me, it kind of sounds like the parents had, like, if you're the parent, think about it, your kids are fighting, whatever, but one of them maybe took it a little too far, or not even too far, I guess, I don't know. But one of them, what happened is now she's blind, she can't see, she's panicking, she doesn't have another pair of glasses. Like, imagine you're a -6, so not as blind as her, clearly, but without your glasses, you are heavily impaired.
Yeah, I need someone to drive me somewhere. If I don't have the glasses with me, I need a ride to the glasses. Like, I can't really function.
Like, same hour, we gotta go.
Yeah, I can't really do much.
So, I mean, imagine if I took your glasses away.
Yeah.
And now you could not see.
That was pretty horrible when that happened to me.
As a kid, right?
Yeah,
like, kids did that to you.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I understand them being like, okay, we gotta get the other daughter to somewhere safe so that we can take care of this daughter and help her figure out her eye situation.
Yeah, I can see that. And the thing is, the aunt who's telling the mom, oh, how dare you do this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. She's only getting the one side of the story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the bullied kid who's upset. And so she's seeing this really upset kid and is like, oh, well, this isn't right.
Yeah. And I mean, also for that aunt to call back and call their other kid like a spoiled bully and stuff, and I was like, whoa. Well, it sounds like
there's some pre-existing feelings there.
Yeah.
Although to be like, yeah, I'll give you in the separating the kids situation, maybe they're not the asshole, but I think that the whole situation was still brought about by them not doing a good job. Which, I mean, yeah, people without kids judging parents for their decisions.
Let's just say, we don't have children. We're purely judging the parenting of other people based on the fact that
if I was 45 and had a 20.
Yeah, we're 28 with no kids, so, you know, it really doesn't
matter.
But
it's fun. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that one.
So, some of the comments, this is the top comment. It said, the oldest was, in your own words, tormenting her little sister. Yeah. You should have made her leave. I can't blame the youngest for wanting revenge, to be honest. Your oldest sounds horrible.
Yeah. The things that she said were horrible, like, really brutal.
Oh, yeah. I'm not defending what the oldest daughter said, because what she did to her younger sister was awful and so mean.
But then, yes, now the younger sister feels like they're being punished, and the older sister didn't get punished for that behavior.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying what she did was fine, because, like, it's obviously horrific and horrible. But just to deal with the sister's blindness, just to get that under control, I don't think they were the asshole in sending the other one to who it sounds like they trust their aunt.
You know what? In the end, I'm going to say I disagree. I want to say that they're the asshole.
I disagree. I don't think they're the asshole.
I disagree with your disagreement.
Well, I disagree with your disagreement.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. This will become a fight later. Just kidding, it won't. But. All right. Ooh, okay. Title: Am I the asshole for asking my friend to step down as my maid of honor due to her husband making me uncomfortable?
Juicy.
I know, okay. Hi, 3 weeks ago was my partner's birthday. Since it's been months since we organized, we found a really awesome Airbnb, but there was with a zero tolerance of smoking. Sorry, I'm really bad at reading. I don't know why I'm reading all these and not getting Anthony to read
Why
them.
don't you let me read them?
Because I like to be in control. So I'm just gonna keep reading this badly. Okay, we're gonna start over.
It's good for an audio-based format.
Shut up. How rude. Okay. Hi. 3 weeks ago was my partner's birthday. Since it's been months since we all organized together, we found a really awesome Airbnb, but there was a zero tolerance for smoking. Everyone smokes weed, so I texted everyone beforehand that they must smoke outside or on the heated smoke spot on the roof.
Very fair.
Everyone agreed to follow the rules. It was 15 people, 4 of my friends, and the rest my partner's friends and mutual friends. The issue is my friend's husband was so stressful and rude to be around, everyone decided they would rather drive an hour home than spend the night with us. He also kept shutting windows and smoking in the place. I was charged a $100 fee for the smell. I also received a horrible rating on Airbnb. So that's just a logistical issue. Now for the social. This man was so obnoxious, kept interrupting everyone, was being racist, sexist, and homophobic. At one point, he went on a rant about Mexicans. His wife is Mexican, so that's extra horrible. He also kept humiliating her publicly, like he kept trying to get people to bully her with him. Another rant he went on was about how gay people are evil. I'm pansexual, and everyone was just staring at me. He also mocked any man cooking and cleaning, demanding all the women do it. He also fought with everyone about which room they were staying in and demanded why no couple went off to have sex yet. Oh, wow. Everyone challenged his bigotry, but he got aggressive and ruder. All my partner's friends left due to the stress and being upset. I also have a seizure disorder caused by stress. He told me it was all in my head and I should take medication. I advocated for myself and so did everyone else, but what type of vibe reduces my seizures? He actively ignored all my pleas and everyone else to cool it, as my seizures resulted in me being picked up off the floor and moved. I also freeze and stare off into space. So everyone had to help me unfreeze and snap me out of it. I tried talking to my friend about his behavior, but she just dismissed it as the alcohol. I'm the last friend of hers since no one else wants to be around him. She seems to love him despite how mean he is to her. I told her 2 nights ago that unfortunately she can't be at my wedding since it's so small and we want to make sure the vibe is right, and the last get together was a nightmare. She told me I'm an asshole for abandoning her. She said that she can't control him and it's not his fault if he doesn't understand my condition. She also said she's been through several of my bad relationships and I'm an asshole for cutting her out of my wedding after being friends since we were kids. I just want my guests to feel comfortable and not have seizures on my wedding day. I don't want it to affect my relationship, but I will say goodbye so I don't suffer seizures around him. No one else in my life that I socialize with causes that. Am I the asshole? Wow! Wow! Off the bat, no, you were not the asshole.
Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward.
Wow! I don't even know where to start.
Yeah. Well, okay. So in the main, there's a lot of fluff there about this horrible man. In the maid of honor situation, and asking her to not come to the wedding, like, absolutely not. You go ahead and do that, but maybe it would have been better to say your boyfriend isn't welcome at the wedding, and then it's on her to step down or like risk the wrath of this horrible piece of garbage. I don't know.
All I know is that on the wedding day, if you're concerned about one of your guests giving you legit seizures,
yeah,
yes, you can uninvite them.
I can't believe someone would do that. With back at the party, like the whole smoking, non-smoking thing. Like you made it extremely clear. Okay, yeah, everybody smokes weed. Go outside. Like just know that, or smoke before you get there, right? Like, and then to the racist stuff and the like we all know we've all met somebody like this. Like we've hung out with people and then they start making awkward like, oh, why are you clearing that dish? You're not a woman comment. Oh my god,
yeah, I did meet someone like that.
Nothing irritates me more than that.
We were at not a party, but we met some people and the guy basically told me to go into the kitchen and cook because I'm a woman, and that did not go over well for him.
Yeah, meanwhile, the barbecue outside, that was a penis-related cooking task.
Yeah, that was a man only.
Yeah, exactly.
And he,
of course,
he got a lot from me. Yeah. Got a mouthful. But anyway, this is a lot. I think it's fine. I don't think you're the asshole. I think if someone's making you that uncomfortable, and clearly you've brought this up to her in the past, and she hasn't done anything about it. And for her friend, like this is someone who's supposedly your best friend, who you said you've been friends with for years, and for her to say, well, it's not his fault that he doesn't understand your condition. Well, yes, it is
his fault.
It is. She told him multiple times, and he basically ignored her.
He doesn't believe in it.
You can't not believe in seizures. It's a fact.
Well, he doesn't believe. Yeah, he's a doctor. He's
a
a political scientist. He's a social worker. He understands all the inner workings of race, and sex, and he knows everything.
I think if someone's making you that uncomfortable and being that horrific, I think it's totally fine to not invite them to the wedding, to say, sorry, you're not my maid of honor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, the wedding's your thing. It's like, get rid of anybody who doesn't jive with that. And it's like, she could have just said no to the boyfriend, and that probably would have meant that the friend didn't come as the maid of honor too. But if she knew that was going to happen anyways, then just make it easy and say, no, you're not. You're not coming.
The top comment, what's MTA?
MTA.
N.
Oh, not the asshole.
Oh, okay.
On the subreddit.
Cool. So top comment, not the asshole, but I would tell her she can come if she doesn't bring him. If he's like this to her in public, I would be worried about physical abuse at home if the emotional abuse is that bad in public. Mm-hmm. She may not know how to ask for help. And that's another thing I was gonna say when I was reading it. I was like, man, if he's being this emotionally abusive to her in public in front of everyone, I can only imagine what the abuse is like when they're in private.
How could someone, abusive relationship, how could someone be with someone who's racist to them?
Well, it's emotional abuse. Who knows what is happening? I mean, the poster replied to that comment and said, I definitely think how quickly she defended him and how firm my boundaries are caused us to fight. So perhaps I can figure out how to say, although I have to respect my disorder's stimulus triggers, we should have a frank conversation about what types of environment and settings we can hang out in, that you don't mind my stimulus restrictions.
Yeah, I would love to hang out with you without your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then try to take when you do get to talk to them, try to take the conversation in that direction to try to, get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit, because I agree, I would definitely worry about that friend and what's happening behind closed doors, because like I said, if he's treating her like that in public, I can only imagine what is happening when they're alone. So I mean, that is worrisome, but it's hard because you have to have a fine balance of looking after your friend and making sure they're okay, but also taking care of yourself. Like, this person has a seizure disorder that is brought on by stress.
Yeah.
So you can't give yourself seizures all day long worrying about someone else. But I don't know, that's hard. Like, I definitely don't think she's the asshole at all. I think she's 100% in the right.
Oh yeah.
But just that one little situation, I can see how that could be very difficult.
Yeah, you could have done it slightly.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think she's the asshole at all.
No. Pretty cut and dry. You wonder if some of these people, I don't know, set themselves up to look good, get the not the asshole answer, and then they just get validated. Like, when you wonder if people leave out information, like, conveniently.
I don't know.
Then they get a bunch of people saying, yeah, they're right. You wonder if they ever send these links to the people who they're having the argument with.
I highly doubt it.
Boom! The polls are in. 97% say that you are wrong.
Okay, the title for this one: Am I the asshole for calling my wife a rotisserie chicken?
Ooh! I like this.
That should be interesting.
Depending on what direction this goes in, I'll be the first to say sometimes I make jokes and I don't realize that other people will hear them differently than I thought they sounded.
Okay, well, let me read. This happened a bit ago and I'm still not sure if I'm the asshole. Background. So my wife, Cindy, and I call each other a variety of weird nicknames just for fun. When I make a dumb mistake, Cindy playfully calls me a doorknob, for instance. One of our most used nicknames is rotisserie chicken. It's our silly stand-in for beautiful or handsome. We laugh every time we use it.
That's adorable.
Cute. Okay, so now he's getting into the incident. During this pandemic, Cindy has gained a bit of weight and hasn't really paid attention to it until she weighed herself a few weeks back. When she realized that she wasn't as skinny as before, she came to me almost in tears and asked me if I still found her beautiful.
Oh.
Okay.
Say yes.
Of course I did. So I began comforting her by telling her that she will always be beautiful in my eyes, and that if the weight gain is something that really bothers her, we could start walking together at the park. I then hugged and kissed her. Cindy didn't look convinced and asked if I was sure. I wanted to lighten up the mood, and I said, "Of course, you're a wonderful rotisserie chicken after all." Cindy gasped and burst into tears. She quickly went into our room and locked the door. I tried apologizing, but she wouldn't open the door until nighttime. Oh, damn. She refused to talk about what had happened, but we're hanging out like normal and walk at the park every evening. I still feel super guilty about what happened, so I want to know, am I the asshole?
No.
No. I think you're a bit dumb.
Yeah, a bit dumb.
But not the asshole.
But that's exactly the thing I could see myself doing.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh, yeah, because it means beautiful, cute, adorable, like it's your thing. And you just didn't think that extra second that time.
Yeah.
That it was different than normal.
Yeah. It's hard because weight is such a sensitive issue for so many people.
Yeah.
Myself included. So, like, you could tell, like, if she stepped on the scale and was just in tears, maybe jokes about rotisserie chicken wasn't the right way to go.
Yeah, she was super sensitive and it needed to be just perfect. Otherwise...
Yeah, I mean, you were set up for a very difficult situation. No matter what you said, I could have seen it going very wrong. But I don't think you're an asshole.
No, that's simply someone's like really emotional about something, and in that moment, if you don't have the perfect words, it can go off the rails. The fact that you guys are going for the walks, firstly suggesting to go for the walks is awesome because it's like, okay, you are upset about this, I'll help you deal with this somehow, right? Yeah. But then the fact that she came out and you're still going for the walks and you're hanging out as normal, maybe with all that time alone, she realized.
Yeah.
And she just didn't want to address it specifically.
Yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, she probably was like, oh, I was being a little overdramatic. Let's just not talk about it and move on.
Yeah. That's probably it. That's why you haven't talked about it.
Which, I mean, I have done a few times. I have been known to be a tad dramatic.
I think we've almost had this exact situation happen, just with different words.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
pretty certain. I can't think of it 100%.
I think probably every couple has.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't think you're an asshole. I think you're a bit dumb, but I mean, it's fine.
Not the asshole. Is obviously good. Are they married? Yeah.
No, it was girlfriend.
Well,
but
obviously a good boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you're wondering if you're the asshole, that's good.
Good start.
It means you care enough to not be.
It depends on what the situation is. Not all these people are not assholes.
Oh, that's true. Like, oh, yeah.
Anyway, that was an easy one, but I just thought the title was funny.
Well, the moment I read it, yeah, I wanted to know.
Okay. This is okay. Am I the asshole for not removing my son's makeup when my sister-in-law asked me to because she didn't want a boy wearing makeup at her wedding? My sister-in-law and my brother got married yesterday. My daughter was the flower girl and my son was the ring bearer. They're twins, both 4. It was a small wedding and I did my daughter, sister-in-law, and her maid of honor's hair and makeup. When I was doing my daughter's makeup, my son, who my husband had already dressed, came to me and said he wanted makeup too. He's asked for makeup before and honestly likes it more than my daughter. I did his just like my daughter's, just with the subtle eyeliner and a paler lipstick. So very small makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I was done with it when my sister-in-law came in to ask what was taking so long, and I told her that I was doing his makeup. She freaked out and said that a boy wearing makeup would steal the spotlight from her and asked to remove it. I asked him if he wanted to remove it, and he said that he didn't want to. I assumed my sister-in-law would back down, but she told me to take it off anyway. He said that he wouldn't go to the wedding if he couldn't wear makeup. My daughter said that she wouldn't do it either if her brother wasn't there.
Oh.
My sister-in-law said I should just make them do it, and told her that I don't force my kids to do anything without giving a valid reason for doing so. I told her that my kids would not be in the wedding if she didn't let my son wear makeup. She said she would let him wear makeup. After the wedding, she told me that everyone was looking at my son instead of her, and he stole the spotlight. I don't get what she means by that. There were only 12 people there, including the bride and groom, and all of them except the best man and maid of honor have seen my son in makeup before. Am I the asshole? Edit. Had a brain fart and put 10 people when there were actually 12 people. Okay. What are your thoughts?
Oh, this one's a little tough. It's a little tough.
What are your thoughts?
I think that the person getting married is an unreasonable person. Mm-hmm. And that puts you in a tough spot because the person getting married should be put first, mm-hmm. their wishes. Mm-hmm. But I think her wish was ridiculous, mm-hmm. to take. The boy wants to wear makeup. Like, no, nobody cares.
He's 4.
Yeah, he's 4. Like,
so
she's worried that a 4-year-old will steal the spotlight from her in her beautiful hair and makeup, in her wedding dress, in a room full of 10 to 15 people. Yeah. I think she's taking out some general issues with the world on this little boy who wants to put makeup on.
Yeah. Usually for a wedding, I'll be, well,
you'll favor the bride/groom.
Yeah, almost, because like I know for our wedding, if people didn't like what I was doing or people didn't want to do what I was doing, I'd be like, well, tough.
Too bad.
This is my wedding. I'm doing what I want.
It's my party for 100 people.
Yeah.
About me.
However, this is different. I think, because I agree with what the mom said when she said, what was it? She said, I told her that I don't force my kids to do anything without giving a valid reason for doing so.
Smart.
And I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am someone who does not like rules. I do not like being told what to do. And if someone's going to tell me what to do, I need to know why. Why am I doing this?
So just to be clear, you couldn't handle the "because I said so" reason from your parents.
No.
Oh,
I hated it.
Every kid
hated it. But even now, like if I was at a job and someone said, "Just go do this," I need to know why.
Yeah.
Especially if it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I would need to be like, but why?
You're just not going to do it for the sake of doing it to get your paycheck. It needs to make sense. It needs to have a purpose.
I hate.
It's a waste of time.
Oh yeah. And I hate. I mean, now I'm just going off on a little bit of a tangent, but I cannot stand establishment. I cannot stand being managed. I cannot stand people telling me what to do or rules or, I hate it all. But if you're going to tell me to do something and I disagree with it, I need to know why I need to do it.
Well, this woman gave a reason.
So,
it was that she didn't want the spotlight stolen.
But that's crazy. She's insane. But also, I love how she's just said, I'm not going to force my kids to do something without a valid reason of doing so. Because, I don't think that's a valid reason. A 4-year-old, everyone is going to look at the 4-year-old twins because they're adorable.
They're adorable, yeah.
Whether they're wearing makeup or not.
They're ring bearer, they're flower, they got the little basket. They can barely throw the petals. They're just dropping them on the ground.
Everyone's going to be watching the 4-year-old twins who are walking down the aisle.
Oh.
That's just how, everyone's going to.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
And then after, when they get to the end, they're going to look at the bride and groom.
Yes. I find it hard to believe that everyone who's at your wedding completely ignored your ceremony, completely disregarded you, and just looked at these little twins.
The 4-year-old who's worn makeup before is wearing makeup again.
Yeah.
Is...
that seems odd. But also, I also think it's odd. How do I say, she didn't have a problem with the little girl wearing makeup.
No.
She had a problem with the little boy wearing makeup.
Yes.
And she said it was because she didn't want the spotlight taken away from her.
It's not a real reason.
But I don't think that's why.
No, I agree with you. No.
Because,
she has... Sorry.
Because if they were teenagers, if the twins were teenagers, would you still let the girl wear makeup but get mad at the boy for wearing makeup?
Yes.
I agree. I think yes. And then I would still be like, this isn't about you in the spotlight anymore. This is you're having a problem with a men looking feminine. Yeah,
and so she has a problem with men wearing makeup, and so she doesn't want it at her wedding. Mm-hmm. That's her real reason.
Also, if this little boy has worn makeup before, then you would know that.
Should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of agree with the mom.
And addressed it ahead of time.
Again, I'm not a mother. I really want to be, but I'm not a mother right now. And if my son wanted to wear makeup and someone told me to take it off, the only thing that would do to me is make me put more makeup on him.
Yeah, I know. You're like that.
So, yeah, if someone told me to take it off, 1000%, I would not do it.
Unless this was an event where no one was wearing makeup.
No, if my kid wanted to wear makeup, put it on him.
No, yeah, I just mean
Anyway. Yeah, so no, I don't think you're the asshole. I think this bride is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just coming up with a bullshit reason to put her worldview onto the situation. Now, and I always favor the bride and groom in this type of situation. But if you go down, they can say, oh, you can't wear makeup, but you can. Then it's what else can they say? It can get ridiculous.
Okay, in the comments, a lot of people are coming at her for putting makeup on her 4-year-old kids at all, regardless of boy or girl.
I hate that.
Which I think is crazy. One comment literally said, this is a wedding, not toddlers and tiaras. Screw you. Just get out of here. It's not...
Let me raise my hand. You face paint them.
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
It's not like she's putting a giant wing and like, I don't know. It's not like she's getting her ready to go work the corner.
Yeah, that's the thing. People think you're putting on a
like,
she's gonna grow up to be a slut sign on her.
Yeah.
Like
it's just makeup. It washes off. You have fun putting it on. I have fun putting it on. Your kids will have fun putting it on.
Yeah, makeup isn't.
And it's a special occasion. It's a wedding. It's not like this is a.
It's a party. Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree with those comments very much.
Makeup isn't for drawing sexual attention.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Agreed. Like, it's just fun. Her daughter wanted to put some on. Her son wanted to put some on. They're having fun with it.
Pink cat, a cat on their face. Same thing.
Right? Like, okay, the comments are crazy. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think that what you did was fine. Good for you, Mom, for sticking up for your son like that. I agree.
What was the result after she stood up? The wedding happened.
The wedding happened. The son wore the makeup.
Yeah.
But the bride was pissed because she said everyone watched her son and not her.
Which is lies.
Yeah, I don't think that happened. I mean, we weren't there, but I don't think that happened.
I really don't.
Yeah.
The fact that all those people had seen the 4-year-old in makeup before because he liked to have makeup put on him sometimes means that they wouldn't blink twice.
Yeah. This just sounds like, again, it just sounds like a bigger issue of this bride who doesn't like men wearing makeup and tried to force that on her nephew, and it didn't work. So, like, good for you, Mom. I would have done the same.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
And good for that sister. The 4-year-old sister who said, well, I'm not doing the wedding.
Yeah, I got his back.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Twin powers. I don't know.
All right, for the last one, Anthony's going to pick it.
Thank you. Okay. This one was updated recently because the post is an update. So I'm going to go to the original post because I find it interesting. So this is, am I the asshole for not attending my friend's wedding on the day of my family's death anniversary? 7 years ago, I, a 35-year-old female, lost my husband, daughter, and mother to a car accident. They were hit by a drunk driver that drove through a red light and killed all of them on impact. Their deaths greatly affected me, and if it weren't for my friends and years of therapy, I would be in a much worse place. I'm very thankful for their support and have been able to process my grief properly. 2 years ago, I took a job offer that provided more benefits than my current one and moved far away from my city to another city. I travel back to occasionally meet up with these friends and, of course, to visit my family's graves on their death anniversary. It's a 7-hour car drive, or around an hour by plane. Due to COVID, last year I drove to avoid contact with people and stayed at my old house. This year I plan to do the same thing, but I ran into an issue with my friend having her wedding in my old city. My friend Amy, who's 33, announced she was engaged last year to her boyfriend of 3 months. My friend group and I were quite shocked as we had never even met him, nor did we know she was dating anyone, and usually we would talk about that kind of thing. But nonetheless, we congratulated her and were happy for her. They were supposed to have their wedding last year, but couldn't because of COVID, and postponed it to this year. We're not in the United States, by the way, and COVID cases are now less than 10 here in my country. We're allowed gatherings of less than 15 people, and that is what Amy decided to do for her wedding. About a week ago, Amy called me privately to tell me her plans for the wedding. She told me that she is having it on the same day of my family's death anniversary and would like me to not visit their graves and just attend the wedding instead. I was quite shocked that the wedding was planned that specific day and questioned as to why she picked that day. Amy told me that she just liked the number date and told me that I can't just gatekeep a certain day. Then I asked her why can't I go visit my family's grave. She told me that she doesn't want my sadness and grief to take the attention at her wedding. I was incredibly stunned at what she said. I know I'm quite emotional, but I know how to compose and behave myself at certain events. Here's where I think I am the asshole. I told Amy that unfortunately I will not miss out on visiting my family's graves. I tried to ask for a compromise and told her if my emotions were that much of a problem, I'll attend their graves after the wedding was over. That way, you know. She said she wants my support for the entire day and to dedicate it towards her, but she'll think about my offer. It's been a week and I haven't heard from her. I feel like I should just go to the wedding to keep the peace as I owe it to her, especially after all the support and love she gave me after my family's death. But it still doesn't feel right that I just attend the wedding and forget about my family. Would I be an asshole if I told her I won't be attending the wedding at all if she hasn't reached a decision?
Oh wow, I have so many thoughts. No, you're not the asshole. Your friend is 1000% the asshole. 1,000,000%.
Okay, the way this person describes being told about the date of the wedding is that I was told the wedding is on the day of my family's death anniversary and that she would like me to not visit their graves and attend the wedding instead. If that's really how that conversation went, if it went, oh, it's on this date, can you not go to your family's grave that day?
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like you guys are really, really good friends. You're really close. This friend clearly knows what date your family died on.
100%.
Why on earth would you want to get married on your good friend's death date?
Mm-hmm.
If my best friend, like if my family died, or you died, or whatever horrific, horrible thing happened.
Husband, mother, and daughter. Those are like the three.
If my best friend decided she could pick literally any day of the year, and she picked that one day, she would no longer be my best friend.
Yeah, there's 364 other days.
Yeah, I would be irate. I am irate for this woman. I am so angry. I'm so angry.
And then when her friend said, you know, why this day?
Yeah.
And her logic is her reasoning. She didn't have one. She just said, I like the numbers, date. And you can't gatekeep a certain day. That's not your day forever.
Yes, I can.
How many close friends do you have? Like everybody. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe you got like 10 friends, but the close ones, right? You know what? You can gatekeep a certain day.
I 1000% can gatekeep.
There's 365. Like, one day can be my day if it's the day that my mom, husband, and daughter died.
Husband, daughter. Yeah. Oh
that can be my day. Yeah. I can gatekeep it.
I can, 1000%. Like, how incredibly selfish is this? Because not only is the wedding going to happen that day, that means her anniversary to her now husband is also going to be that day.
If they do a group event, you're invited.
Yeah.
If they do, yeah.
And also to have your wedding on that day, but then tell her she can't go visit her family because you don't want to deal with her emotions.
I don't want you to be sad on my wedding day.
Then have your wedding on a different day. Like, what?
Yeah, or and then like this person made every effort. Okay, I'll go to their graves after the wedding. No.
Yeah.
You will stay at my wedding all night, and you won't get to go to their graves at all that day.
Like, that's insane.
Before, because it'll make me sad, or after, because then it's not my day.
That's
with you.
Crazy. That's crazy. Because
15 minutes.
Because also, just because you're not letting her go to the grave, and I'm using air quotations, does not mean that she will not be thinking about them for the entire day. Like, I'm sure she thinks about them every single day.
Yeah.
But on the anniversary.
It's only been 7 years ago.
That's
no.
That's still not, like, she lost a kid. And her husband and her mother.
Oh my god. Like,
I could cry just thinking about that, and I am not a parent. But like,
may I point out,
oh wow,
she's 35. That happened when she was 28.
No,
we're
my
28.
God. Oh my God. The fact that she is still functioning as a human is nothing short of a miracle. I cannot express how much I disagree with her friend and how much I hate her friend. She's a horrible lady.
You know what I would do if I were this woman? I would completely ignore the friend. I would do what I want, and I would still go to the wedding. I would just completely ignore her entire thing.
I wouldn't be able to just ignore it because I would constantly think like I can't be friends with someone who legitimately thinks like this.
No, yeah.
Because I'm crazy. I can't be friends with people who disagree with me. but like,
why is the toilet paper coming off the roll this way?
No, that's not what I mean. I mean like on fundamental issues.
But like this feels like, I know what you mean, where it feels like an issue is a part of who you are, your belief.
Yeah.
And that you can't even see why someone would believe the other thing.
Yeah.
Then how can you be close with someone who thinks such a ridiculous thing?
Yeah.
Right?
So like I wouldn't be able to move forward like the next day, the next week, whatever, still being friends with them, knowing that they thought that their wedding was more important than the death of my family. Like, yeah. I wouldn't be able to move forward with that person. I would fully be like, I can't.
Yeah. I mean, even if, like, death is the end all, so, like, even if just generally tiers of importance, death.
Yeah.
Weddings. Weddings are a ceremony about two people falling out, and death is, like, the end of everything.
Yeah.
that we all...
Yeah, so I can't.
It's just on another tier. You can't say, yeah.
No, you're definitely not the asshole.
And then it makes you wonder about this person who's having the wedding, right? They were there for you, and they were so good for you during that grieving process and all this, that they were like 100% there for you, and they're all being possessive about this, like seems like narcissistic or something. Like,
I'm curious what her other group of friends have, just like what because it sounds like there's more friends.
Yeah.
So like I would wonder what they all think of it. But yeah, that's just like, I don't know.
I was just reading the top comment and it really jives with me. So Amy is accusing her of gatekeeping the day for her family's death, and what Amy's doing is gatekeeping that day for her wedding.
Oh, 100%.
So what makes that person able to do this, but not her? And then trying to like manipulate your emotions.
Yeah. Like, it's even on such a smaller scale. Like, our wedding happened the day after my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
But we did it the next day. Like, I would never do it
the same
I would never want to have my wedding on my friend's birthday, which we know someone who did that.
But really, it only cuts off like how many close friends? Oh, there's like 15 days. Even if you have a certain month you want to have your wedding in, like that's getting pretty specific. There's 30 damn days there. Like you can easily pick. I'm sure only 3 or 4 of them are limited if you don't want to do birthdays or other people's anniversaries. Like,
yeah, it's like just do the next day or the day before.
Yeah, or if you want a specific day of the week, 7 days, right?
Yeah, it was just, that's just very odd.
Unless did this woman specifically want her wedding to be like 11/11/11 or something? Like,
who knows?
Still, that's so dumb. Like, I get it looks cool, but that's a dumb reason.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. This is just... Oh, I'm gonna think about this for so long. Because I cannot get over that kind of friend. Oh god, that's awful.
Yeah. That's
so awful.
Well, I'm glad we decided to wrap it up on an awful note.
It was a really good one. What a horrible friend. I hope she's not friends with her anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, that has been our first episode back. I know we took a very long. I wouldn't even call it a hiatus, but a very long. We stopped.
Was it
doing
6
it.
months? I don't even know. A
I
year?
don't know.
Could be.
We stopped doing it. Now we're doing it again. So yeah, this will be available on Spotify, on YouTube. I don't know where you're already watching it, so you know where it's available.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel to watch the rest of the videos. If you're listening to this on Spotify or somewhere else, make sure you follow to get the new episodes.
And there's gonna be more episodes.
Yeah.
There is.
We made a 2-page list of all the topics we want to talk about for episodes right now, and it keeps growing every day. So
yeah, and we got this nice ring light setups on our table and everything, so it's really easy to put together and just do. Yeah. So
anyway,
I don't think there's any barriers.
We will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for listening or watching. And leave your comments below on what you think about these people. Are they the assholes? Are they not? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Yeah.
What do you think about boys putting on makeup when they're 4?
Or horrible friends gatekeeping dates.
Yeah.
Who you shouldn't be friends with anymore.
All right.
We'll see you guys later.